The Constitution of the United States was written in 1787 after the first 13 states gained independence from Britain. In June 1789, James Madison submitted 12 amendments, but only 10 were passed and ratified as a Bill of Rights. Now, the Second Amendment of the United States reads, a well-regulated militia, being necessary for the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms, shall not be infringed. The First Amendment reads, freedom of religion, freedom of speech, freedom of the press, freedom of assembly, and the freedom to petition the government. These two amendments are by far the most controversial amendments. Why are they controversial? Well, the Second Amendment gives citizens the right to purchase arms and protect themselves against others, including the government. The First Amendment gives all citizens a chance to voice their opinion on everything and anything. And firearms, well, they're at the top of the list. Everybody has something to say about firearms, whether it be negative or positive. According to Nurit Eisenman, the United States ranks 32nd in highest deaths from gun violence in the world, with nearly 4 deaths per 100,000 people. Compared to our neighbors in the north, Canada, they have 0.47 deaths per 100,000 people. Our neighbors to the south, Mexico, they have 16 deaths per 100,000 people. You go a little bit further down south to El Salvador. Now they have 37 deaths per 100,000 people. That is 33 more deaths than the good old US of A. Now Mexico, they have extreme strict gun laws when it comes to gun possession. It takes months of paperwork for them to be able to be considered to own a firearm. According to Latin American Working Group, El Salvador also has strict gun laws. Gun buyers must pass a background check conducted by the police, and after picking up their gun, they must pass a safety and proficiency course. The only thing is that the citizens from El Salvador are not allowed to purchase automatic rifles. Nonetheless, 2 of the 3 largest states in the United States ranks amongst the top 3 states in the U.S. for mass shootings. That was from 1982 to 2001. This is according to Statista, a crime and law enforcement website. California, the 3rd largest state in the United States, has some of the nation's toughest gun laws. All firearms purchased must be purchased from a licensed vendor. You must have a valid permit to purchase both handguns and long guns, which include shotguns, rifles, and semi-automatic guns. In California, you must also wait 10 days in order to be able to pick up your gun. A background check must be cleared in order for you to purchase ammunition as well as your firearm. Once you buy your ammunition, you must have your firearm registered to your residence. If you don't have that, you will not be allowed to purchase any ammunition. That's California for you. What a hippie state, right? Well, California is the 3rd largest state in the United States. But with that, they top the list of the states with most shootings, with 21 mass shootings from 1982 to 2001. They are followed by Florida with 12 and Texas with 11. On Sunday, December 29th, 2018, Texas would have been tied with Florida for 12 mass shootings in their state. The only reason why Texas remains with 11, well, that's because of a man named Jack Wilson. Now, Mr. Wilson is the head of security for the West Freeway Church of Christ in Texas. As reported by CNN writers Vera, Torpin, and Levinson, Mr. Wilson shot and killed a gunman who entered the church shortly after shooting 2 victims outside of the church and was about to begin shooting at the participants inside of the church. According to Jack Wilson, he had an eye on the man as soon as he entered the church. Mr. Wilson fired his weapon only once, striking and killing this individual. Jack Wilson is a member of the NRA, the National Rifle Association. He was never charged with a crime, and his gun was returned to him once the police concluded their investigation. Now, Mr. Jack Wilson was a former firearms instructor and a reserve deputy sheriff. The difference from California to Texas is 10 mass shootings. If only California would grant CCWs, which means carry concealed weapon, we might not have as many mass shootings as we do. California needs to ease up on laws regarding guns and ammunition, and make it a little bit more practical for law-abiding citizens to purchase guns and ammunition. In California, there are 220 concealed carry weapon permits that the Los Angeles County Sheriffs distributed. And out of those 220, only 50 to 60 of those were issued to residents of California. Now, that is a number way too low, way too low. We need to arm our citizens for their own safety from threats of any magnitude, whether it be foreign or domestic, and from our neighbors and our government as well. Our Second Amendment shall not be infringed, nor our freedom of speech in order to express our feelings about arms. So with all that being said and done, we're entitled to have guns. So why not have them? We're entitled to talk about how we feel about guns. So let's talk about them. At the end of the day, these are two of the most important amendments that we have. So let's talk about guns. Let's talk about arming all the citizens.